Welcome to our high school football chat. I'm Todd Murray, along with our high school writer, Kristin Kurelic. And Kristin, this week, Morgantown High faces a very difficult challenge against Martinsburg, and the four-time defending Class AAA state champion. That'd be a difficult assignment enough. Then when you consider that it seems it's like a who's who of the Mohegans that is on the injured list this week. What's going on there?
Yeah, this is a huge game for MHS. Martinsburg comes in here ranked number 6 in the state, and honestly, that's kind of a low estimate. They lost one game last week to Tuscarora, Virginia, who's 4-0 in Virginia, a very good team. Morgantown is number 9. They're coming back from a huge win at Washington, but they are missing a ton of players, or are expected to potentially be missing a ton of players. You've got Shea Campbell, starting safety, wide receiver, running back; Stone Wolfley, starting tight end, defensive end, wide receiver; Deshaun Thomas, starting running back; Jordan Page, main contributing running back; Dylan Anderson, one of the best linebackers on the team; Maverick Wolfley, running back. All those guys are somewhere in between questionable and not playing this week, so It could be an interesting week. You could see some new guys on the field.
Right, and I understand Stone Wolfley is going to be honored at the game as well.
Yeah, Stone Wolfley is a finalist for the Army All-American Bowl. It'll be played January 3rd, and he's one of about 400 finalists right now. They're waiting to see if he will make the cut for the top 90 to get to go to the game. They're honoring him before the game on Friday. For that, the Army will be there to honor him. Stone has had a good year so far. He did not play last week, but through the first 3 games, he's made 11 catches for 145 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's made 13 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. So, great year for him and a great honor.
Right. University High will have its hands full Friday night as well. They travel to number 18 Musselman, and it's been well documented. John Kelly has had his injury problems as well. How's that shaping up?
Isaiah is, obviously still out for the season. Jace Neville and Dylan Cole are questionable at this point. We'll see about that as it gets closer to Friday. But you know what? Those guys were all out last week, and the Hawks got a huge win against Wheeling Park. They were ranked number 6 in the state at the time. They seemed to be a favorite in the track conference. So UHS is really on a high this week, and we'll see what they can do on the road.
All right, and Clay-Battelle and their number 4 ranking going to host St. John's, Ohio this week, and they're going to see a St. John's quarterback, Chase Truex, who is a kind of a familiar figure to the people in Blacksville.
Sure, Chase Truex was an all-state player at Bishop Donahue last year, played football and basketball for the Bishops, and he was phenomenal last week for St. John's. He was 8 of 8 for 210 yards and 5 touchdowns. That being said, St. John's just doesn't play that tough of a schedule. That CB will be their toughest test of the season thus far, and ultimately Clay-Battelle just probably has more playmakers and a bigger, stronger front line, and probably can wear this team down.
I'd also of note St. John's coach, a name some people might be familiar with, Jose Davis, former quarterback there and at Kent State, and also played some Arena League ball.
Yeah, so I think he's a guy that he knows his football, he knows how to coach quarterbacks. This is a team that is much improving. We'll look for them to get better in the upcoming years, so we'll see what they can do against Clay-Battelle, who is ranked 4th in the state and 4-0, and coming off a off week this week, so should be healthy and ready to go.
All right, and Preston High got a big road win last week in Elkins, and they're going to be on the road again in Rachel Friday night, taking on North Marion. How's this one shape up?
I look for Preston to get on a little bit of a winning streak here. Preston's 2-2. They win this game, they're going to tie their win total from each of the last 2 seasons. They moved up 6 spots in the rankings last week with that win over Elkins. They're 20th now in the state, getting to the point where they could be a borderline playoff team, getting into that top 16. Josiah Noose was phenomenal last week. He had 286 yards and 4 touchdowns, so we'll look for him to keep rolling. And then the Preston defense is improving. You've got Dylan Smith, Cameron Strout, Colton Tasker, Austin Newsom kind of providing some sparks for that defense.
Yeah, it's going to be a telling week for all of our local teams. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Thanks for your time, Kristin, and please continue to follow our high school sports coverage on thedpost.com.